What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Social Club, where everyone has a voice. I'm your host, Jacob Hale, joined with me by Cam Saunders.
Hey, what's up? How y'all doing?
All right, well, we'll get straight into it. Just subscribe to the channel, search up the Social Club, and I guarantee you'll find one of our social media pages: Instagram, TikTok, Discord, X, Facebook. We're all there. So if you don't like YouTube, you can follow us on any of the platforms. I'm sure you'll find us.
So yeah, hey, everything he said, do what he said, but I kind of want to get into this conversation because I kind of interested in what y'all think. So I want y'all to leave a comment when I ask Hale this question. I'm gonna ask Hale this question, and I'm gonna give you what my preferred answer is. All right. So as a guy, when guys sit at the bar and they start drinking it, they having conversations, right? So the conversation that we was talking about, and I brought up a question because we was talking about Tom Brady and this person, that person, right? So I had a question, and I want y'all to comment. So Hale, I'm gonna ask you this question, and I want a legit reason why. Okay. So if you include every NFL player from 1900, from the '85 Bears to Patrick Mahomes to Lawrence Taylor to whoever you want to include, right? Everybody is on the market. Everybody. You are a GM and you have the first pick in the NFL draft, including every single player in the history of the NFL. Who are you taking at one? And every player, who are you surrounding your team off of, and who are you building your franchise off of? Like you had the very first pick. Every player is involved in the draft pick. I want to know position, then I want to know player, and I want to know why. And I want y'all to comment on who y'all would take first if you had every player available that ever played NFL and you was a GM of a team and you had the first pick. So go ahead, Hale. You got the floor.
So I got the first pick. I can pick anyone.
Anyone that ever played football for the NFL.
You're going to have to go first, guy. I got to think about it a little bit.
All right. So I'll start off because he wasn't ready for this one. So if I had the very first pick of the NFL draft, I'm probably going to go defense, right? So I'm going to go defense. I'm going to let you know right now. And when I thought about it, I was like, you can always get good players on offense. You always can get good players on defense. It's everybody, right? It's a lot of good players in the league. So when I looked at it, I was like, wow. First player, it got to be defense. You want a strong defense. So I had three players in mind. Actually, I won't even give them three. I'm going to give them two. I had two players in mind, and then I thought about it a while, and then I ended up picking one. So I started off with Lawrence Taylor. I was like, wow, I got to probably go edge rush. I need somebody that can get out of the quarterback. So I thought Lawrence Taylor, and then secondly, I thought about primetime Deion Sanders, a lockdown corner, somebody that could just take away your number one. So I was like, do I go take the best DN that ever played football, or do I go get the best athlete that ever played football? And when it all said and done, if I had the first overall pick for the Walmart Supersonics, like for an example, the Walmart Supersonics, let's just go with that team, right? It just came up in my head. If I had the first overall pick for the Walmart Supersonic, I am picking primetime Deion Sanders at number one. I'm picking primetime. I'm picking a lockdown corner. The reason I'm picking Deion Sanders is because he's the best athlete that ever played football. Some people may say Lawrence Taylor. Some people may say Aaron Donald, right? You got to think about all these players now. You got Lawrence Taylor, Aaron Donald, Deion Sanders, everybody. The reason why I'm going Deion Sanders is because I can use him in packages on offense. He can take away a number one, and he also can run punt returns back. Now, Lawrence Taylor was a close number two because I was like, man, I need somebody that can get out the quarterback. But I would rather have Deion. That's just me personally.
Interesting. Very interesting. This sounds crazy, but I don't think you have to get a QB in the first round.
Oh, hell no. So
I know this sounds crazy, but I don't think you do.
You don't get you got 52 picks, right? And one of my boys, his name was Scotty, he picked Tom Brady at number one. I was like, are you effing stupid? Like, why would you go pick a quarterback at number one? You can get a good quarterback. Every player is available. You can get a good quarterback at the 50th round. You can go get a Tony Montana, or you can go get a Big Ben, or you can go get like somebody like that of that caliber. You don't go me personally. I wouldn't go quarterback number one, but I could be wrong. Like some people be like, "Oh, Tom Brady got 8 rings, so I'm gonna go get Tom Brady at one." We're not talking about rings right now, people. We just talk about straight just talent. Rings is not included in this decision making. Who would you pick as your first round pick? Every player is included, and you want to build your team after. Like, who would you pick? Like, right? So.
Bro, I was trying to think. I was like, who is Tony Montana? Now I remember. Tony Montana was the song from Future.
Yes.
You're thinking of Joe Montana, the QB for the
Joe
49ers. You said Tony Montana.
CTE, fellas. CTE.
Bro, you said Tony Montana. I was like, who is that?
CTE. We're going to blank that out. We're going to edit that out. Make sure we edit that. Make sure we edit that one out.
You drafted Tony Montana. That's who you drafted. All right. So your first overall pick, Tony Montana.
It's Deion.
No, it's Tony Montana. Okay, my number one, I'm picking Calvin Johnson.
A receiver?
Yes, I'm picking the receiver. Now, hear me out. Like I said before, I don't think you have a drafted QB in the first round. I just don't. I don't think you really have to do it. Just with all the talent. I mean, let's just say Lamar Jackson. You can get Lamar Jackson in the third round if you think about it.
You can get a dominant McNabb.
Yeah, with the amount of QBs that are on the board, like you really don't. You don't have to draft a QB until later. So what I had to think is I had to find the most unstoppable, uncoverable person. However, someone who doesn't need a lot of pieces for them to be great. So if you win a running back, if I did a running back,
think about what you're saying before you go. Go ahead. Think about it. Go ahead.
If I did a running back, then I would also need a great offensive line in order for that to be that effective. They need a QB. If I win a tight end, which I don't mind the tight end, however, I wanted someone that was more dynamic, that, again, was uncoverable. I was thinking between Calvin and Randy Moss, but I want to go Calvin Johnson on this one because I think he was the craziest, biggest freak of nature we've ever seen in NFL history, in my personal opinion. And all you need is... Again, I can get Lamar Jackson in like a third round in this scenario, and he's throwing to Calvin Johnson. Like, we're going to be good. We're going to be good.
Here's my issue.
All right, go for it.
You think Calvin Johnson better than Jerry Rice? You think Calvin Johnson is better than T.O.?
No, okay.
You think that's what I'm saying? Like you you got to give me a reason why you're going Calvin Johnson. So, you can't say freak of nature and he's the best because we got Jerry Rice out there whose record is probably never being broken. Right?
Yeah.
So let's just give me a reason now.
I get what you're saying. So for everyone that's like, oh, there's better receivers you could have gotten.
Yes,
right?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, I have to dissect like what's going to be the best for my situation, best bang for your buck. Jerry Rice, from a statistical standpoint.
He played to 40. He played to 40.
From a statistical standpoint, is the greatest receiver of all time. I'm not taking that away from him. In this draft, in this scenario, I also need someone that's a freak of nature. So as great as Jerry Rice was, Deion Sanders could cover him. But I would argue I need a receiver.
Do not fucking piss me off, bro. Happening. Do not piss me off. Do not piss me off. Do not go there.
I need a receiver that Deion Sanders cannot cover, and it's Calvin Johnson.
Oh my God.
Deion Sanders could not cover Calvin Johnson. I don't care.
We're going to ask about the chat on this one.
Yeah.
If it's a one-on-one drill right now and we're going to 10, you telling me that Calvin Johnson will win the majority of the reps over Deion Sanders?
Yeah, I would.
Book this shit, please. I would. Please. I want y'all. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Give me Calvin Johnson. I honestly think that. Now, the other ones, I think Randy Moss would have been a close second. I was debating between those two. The only reason I didn't want to go T.O., and there's probably other ones that you can name on that list, but I didn't want to do T.O. because I was like, if I went T.O., I could have just went Randy Johnson and Calvin Johnson. Or Randy Moss and Calvin Johnson. Like, dude, they're better than T.O. for sure.
Darrelle Revis will put Megatron in a fucking seatbelt.
I'm glad you said that.
Darrelle Revis will put Megatron in a seatbelt.
I'm so glad you said that because you wanted to advocate for T.O. and you wanted to advocate for all those other guys, and Darrelle Revis actually did lock those guys up. Like, he actually did lock those guys up.
And guess who stopped Jerry Rice? Guess who stopped the greatest receiver of all time?
Who?
Deion Sanders.
That's why I didn't pick Jerry, because I knew someone was going to pick Deion Sanders. So I was like, I need someone that could handle Deion Sanders. I need someone that could catch a touchdown.
Deion Sanders is about the same size as Megatron. You can't call him a freak of nature versus a 6'3" corner versus a 6'4" receiver.
Calvin Johnson had 3 people. He had 2 people covering him on the goal line like it was a punt return. No one has ever done that before, ever.
Bro,
That will never be done.
You kind of pissed me off with the Megatron over Deion debate. That's just blasphemous.
Bro,
That's just
I think
wrong,
6'4". By the way, I think 6'4" is a little generous. The buddy, he was more like 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah, let's go 6'5".
Running a 4'4" 40.
But still, like the fact that you said Megatron, no, bro, no. So what would Megatron's stat line be versus Deion?
100 yards and a touchdown.
No.
Yep.
No.
100 yards.
No. I give him 54 yards force fed on 12 receptions. He catch 5 of them for 54 yards.
I think I agree with the 5 receptions, but I think the catches are going to be way deeper. I think he's going to at least get them for one of those deep balls. There's no way he doesn't.
But he can't outrun Deion.
Yeah, but he's way more like
Deion can jump too. He's the greatest athlete of all time.
And Calvin Johnson is one of the greatest contested catch receivers of all time.
If you telling me that fucking Megatron can outjump Deion, I'm gonna walk out of this building right now because that is bullshit.
I've seen Megatron catching over 3 defenders. I've seen him do everything. Give me Calvin Johnson. And I feel good about it.
You may be the only person that I asked this question to that picked the receiver first round. Everybody went defense but you. You had some fools that went quarterback, which was kind of but you're the first person I ever seen go receiver.
It's because those first 4 receivers, and then it's literally a deep drop off, and it's like everyone else. That's why I think it's so crucial. With the QBs, there's at least 30 QBs that you can get.
Oh no, yeah, you can get a quarterback. Yeah, you can get a quarterback.
Same thing with the running backs. I think there's 30 running backs that you can get, and you'll be fine.
I think it's a drop off too.
Oh yeah,
I think it's a drop off.
Oh yeah. Oh. How high do you think Derrick Henry would go?
Oh. I think if we was drafting, say 32 teams, 52 picks per team, I think Derrick Henry will go 18th round. Somewhere around there, 18, 19?
No.
Yes. I think, so as a GM,
18th or 19th pick is what you're saying.
Yeah, so 18 on somebody's team, so it's 52 rounds.
Round, 52 rounds.
You got to pick 52 players.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like 18, 19 rounds. You got to pick. Like we started from round 0. Like
so
52 rounds, 52 picks per team.
So in theory, he would be like the 18th or 19th running back.
Middle. Yeah, middle of the.
I got you.
So like. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, so let me make it a little bit better. All right, so if you're talking board, because some teams can pick running back early, some teams can pick running back late. So if I had to go with running backs, I think he'll probably be maybe I give him between 7 and 12.
Okay.
7 and 12 legit.
Okay, that's fine.
7 and 12 legit. Where you at with it?
That's fine. I think he'd be somewhere in the top 20.
Yeah, no, yeah, you get 7 and 12.
But that's
I think
my
legit.
point. Is like I have no rush of getting a running back.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a whole lot of depth on that as well. I'll tell you what, tight end would be interesting because that's the same issue. Is that you got probably 5 tight ends that you can pick, and then it's going to be a steep drop off.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting as well. O line, D line. I know it sounds crazy, but that's probably the easiest positions to fill. Where you really have to take. You don't have to.
I think inside D tackle, it's a big drop off, right? I think inside D, it's not a lot of big dominant inside D. Like D ends, you can find good D ends like any round, but inside D, I think inside D tackle is going to be hard to find. I think cornerbacks is going to be hard to find because it's better receivers than it is cornerbacks. If we being realistic in the NFL, right? It's a lot more better receivers than it is cornerbacks. There's only 2 per. Like you got to draft at least 4 corners, right? 3 corners maybe, right? So really 4. You're dropping a 52-man roster, so you got to think of injuries. Corner's going to be hard to find. Inside D tackle is going to be hard to find. Tight ends is going to be hard to find. And what else you think?
Probably safeties.
Ooh. Who would be your first safety off the board?
Ed Reed.
Ed Reed?
Ed Reed.
Nah.
It would be.
No.
The only person up there on that list you would have to consider would be What? I think his name was Steve Atwater, who played for the Broncos. Who's the guy? Who's Ronnie Lott is another one.
Troy Polamalu.
Troy Polamalu, of course. Who else? What was his name? Was it Bob Sanders or something like that?
Bob Sanders, yep.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I just can't think of a lot of safeties right now. If we see a list,
but all your memory come back if you had a list. Yeah,
but in my head, Ed Reed is going to be my pick.
Sean Taylor.
Yeah, Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor.
He didn't play enough. To me, I think Sean Taylor didn't. Well, shit. Yeah, he did.
I think Sean Taylor's more of a corner.
You're playing more in the slot.
Yeah. Yes.
I think. To be honest with you, I think Deion Sanders, Darrelle Revis, Champ Bailey. Who else is a super lockdown corner?
I mean, there's plenty in the past, except they got to adjust to the new rules.
Yeah.
Like, you can do a Mel.
That's why I think Ed Reed is a bad pick, because he's going to be fucking out with target in first play, because he's going to come downhill with a damn helmet.
Well, Ed Reed can cover, number one. Ed Reed can he can cover. That's the first thing. Second thing, it would make sense if you're talking about Cam Chancellor, but I think Ed Reed can adjust to any game of any time frame for sure.
Who is if we had to do an all-time NFL draft, who is one player that you would try to get late by trying to keep them really under the radar and hoping that somebody don't grab them? Like somebody that's below the radar, and you just hoping somebody don't grab them, but you want to pick them up like round like your 34, 40, like between 34 and like 45.
Before I answer this, what I will say is I think running backs, if we ever did this draft, I feel like running backs would be your least concern of what you need to fill on that team. That's just my personal opinion. With that being said, if I want to give an overall answer, a person that's going to be the best bang for my buck that people aren't going to think about getting, I would love to get Landon Fletcher to be my middle linebacker.
Landon Fletcher?
Yep, the middle linebacker for the Redskins. Mm-hmm. He had very similar stats to Ray Lewis, but has not made the Hall of Fame. And he played like 12 seasons.
Landon Fletcher. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yep. He was playing at the same time Ray Lewis was, but not a lot of people talk to him. I don't see that. And you're saying under the radar, right?
Yeah. So that means like I wasn't thinking of Landon Fletcher. So that's a good pick. Yeah.
So like there's better middle linebackers. It's just I needed someone under the radar that I know will be just as good as any of the other Hall of Famers.
So I was thinking like, okay, if it's somebody like you want to, basically you're thinking about a home run pick, right?
Yeah.
Like you're thinking about a home run pick, a cheap home run pick. And I'm thinking like, if you're going to go home run, you got to go offense, right? If you're going to get somebody that's under the radar, it got to be an offensive type of player. And I don't know if he will be a sneaker, because the reason why I'm thinking this guy would be a sneaker is because I don't think nobody will think about this. I'm thinking Devin Hester. Nobody's thinking about special teams when you're picking, and nobody's really thinking about speed. Because my first option was like Tyreek Hill, but like I'm like somebody young will probably try to go get Tyreek Hill because that's just who they know. Right. Because like when I think of a sneaker, I want somebody that's just vertically just fast, like that can just blow coverage. And I'm trying to think of like somebody back then that had like Devin Hester speed. Not Deshaun Watson. Eagles receiver number 10. Can't think of his name. Deshaun Jackson will probably be my sleeper pick. Just straight vertical, straight line speed that will just bomb you for 99 yards the moment you turn your head. I think that's my sneaker pick.
I don't mind that. So who do you think is a bust pick?
Oh.
Yeah, who do you think is a straight up bust? Now, let me get a couple of them out of the way. If you pick Jim Brown,
yes.
O.J. Simpson,
yes.
If you pick Steve Largent,
yes.
Those are complete busts. Those are like they played against plumbers. Like, so let's get that out of the day. Let's deal with like 80s and above. I don't say someone before the 1980s.
No.
Yeah, that's a waste of our time.
I'm trying to think of like 32 quarterbacks, mm-hmm. right? Because I think the bust will probably come from the quarterback position, if I had to be honest. I'm just trying to think like 32 quarterbacks. Let's just be real. Patrick Mahomes will probably be gone. Peyton Manning.
Well, we're talking about Bucks.
I know. I'm just trying to think of. I'm just trying to think. So like you know, all these players that get gone. So now you're trying to go back in time. I think a lot of people will pick like new school type of quarterbacks, just depending on the person. And I'm going to be honest. I'm gonna go Josh Allen. I think somebody will take a gamble on Josh Allen, like and pick Josh Allen up with because he's 6'6". You know, he's 6'6". He can run. He got a cannon.
You think Josh Allen would be a bust?
The reason why I'm saying Josh Allen will be a buzz is because I think with all that talent, he's going to try to force plays to, you know, good talent. And hear me out right here, right? When he had Stephon Diggs, he was force feeding Stephon Diggs, which led to turnovers because he had a good receiver. When he didn't have a good receiver on his team, he wasn't forcing them type of passes because he wasn't trying to put his players in position to make plays.
Okay, I've heard enough.
Bro, it's real shit, bro. It's real shit.
Listen.
It's
Just
real, bro.
Stop. As a friend, bro, this Josh Allen hatred's gotta end, bro. That stuff's gotta end. I know you're a big Lamar Jackson guy. I know they always put those two together on who's a better QB.
Lamar Jackson would not be a bust, though.
Bro, you gotta let that Josh Allen stuff go, bro. That is some crazy hate. He will
be a buzz, bro.
He's a topper QB right now. What makes you think he couldn't play?
Do you think he would get picked up in the all-time draft?
Yeah.
I do too.
Why wouldn't he?
How would Vic do versus the 85 Bears? Yeah. How would Vic do versus the 85 Bears?
Well, okay, hold on. What team does he have?
He got his Atlanta Falcons team.
He'd probably beat him, honestly. He'd probably beat them because, and I'll tell you why. The only team to beat the 85 Bears was the Miami Dolphins and Dan Marino. Dan Marino beat them because of the spread offense.
Yeah, Dan Marino was,
Yeah, but they got the ball out really quick, right? So let's just break some things down. Number one, you have to get the ball out quick, which Vic can definitely do. Number two,
you got to buy time.
Yeah, you got to buy time, which also he's able to do. Number three, and this is really the most important thing, the Bears blitzed 10 players. The Bears blitzed everyone that was on defense. So in a modern game, you can never run that defense ever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. No one's ever running that defense. Bro, and that's what made them lose. Which is like, it's like, okay, if you could throw the ball in 2 seconds, someone's going to be open every time.
No, that's actually funny.
And the last thing I will say, bro, Mike Vick scrambling out, and you have Mike Singletary, who's got to go make the tackle on him. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a great guy, but he is not good in space.
Yeah.
He is going to get rocked. So, Vic, I think Vic's going to beat him. Honestly, I don't remember how good Atlanta's defense was, but from what I remember from the Bears offense,
they was stagnant, right? They didn't score a lot of points.
No, they were solid. Well, they were solid for that time, but their main thing was Walter Payton. So if they can stop the run or at least keep them under control, then as long as they make it a game, they'll have a great chance of winning.
Oh, yeah.
No. But yeah, bro, no one can ever run the 85 Bears defense. That was a one-of-one team and a one-of-one defense.
That was engage 8 all day.
It literally was. Bro, they had everyone in the box. And they was running man. I'm like, dude, you can't run that. You can't run that anymore.
No, that's fucking funny.
Bro, I looked at those film, bro. It looked like it was a punt return on defense. It looked like it was a punt return every single play.